All right. Welcome to Ivan's Art Creation. We've been on this series called Small Talk. The importance of having this small talk just to open doors, opens opportunities, and just relaxes the other persons in order to get deeper into the conversation. But for it to be done right, this small talk, which you called the social glue, we explored three main ingredients, if you remember. The first one was being interested, not interesting. The second one, being matching their energy level. So if you're number 10, go number 10. If you're number 2, come in a little bit slower, maybe lower your voice. That's super important. Number 3, we talked about just being incongruent with your voice, your gestures, and your facial expressions. If you're happy and you're talking about something exciting, smile. If it's sad, maybe show a little bit sadness. Do be incongruent. So I want to unpack the first key ingredient with that. And that was being interested, not interesting. And what I mean by that, I have 3 fantastic key ingredients here. And that's the first one being having an active listening ear, being present. Number 2, reflecting. What I mean by that is mirroring, asking key questions. Tell me more of the conversation you're having. Number 3, make that person feel important. Super, super, super critical to make the other person feel important. So the first ingredient, listening. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever been in a conversation just to walk out and reflect and realizing that you're not truly listening? In this day and age, there's so many distractions. Our mind just tends to wander. And if there's a cell phone on the table, the other day I was just watching a conversation, 2 folks kind of talking. The other person was texting on their cell phone as they were having that conversation, just back and forth. And this other person was texting, yes, yes. Was he truly present in that conversation? So listening is super key. I think it's important to set your mind, your being mindful of being an active listener. And what I mean by that is removing all distractions. Put your cell phone away. Maybe tell yourself that what you're pondering and ruminating, park that. Say, hey, I'm going to give it attention a little bit later. I'll come back. But in this conversation that I'm going to have right now, I want to be present. Super important. The other ingredient is reflecting. And what I mean by that is show that you're jiving, you're with the conversation, not a little bit. Tell me more, or maybe summarize. The other day I was having a conversation where I had said a lot for about a minute, or maybe a little bit less. The other person summarized and then asked me a question. So I knew she was listening to me because she reflected, she mirrored, and she says, tell me more about this. Now, feeling important. When you're having a conversation, do realize that it's almost like playing tennis. That conversation has to go back and forth. I remember one time somebody was sharing something to me, and this person that was arborist was in a conference, and he said that the best person that he had met was this person that just asked him questions, made him feel important because he wanted to know more about trees and his career. So he made him feel important of who he was as an arborist. So I think it's super important that we go in these conversations of small talk and really be interested in others, not interesting. So just to summarize here is make the other person feel important, reflecting, mirroring, and then active listening. Until the next one.